Hello and welcome you. My microphone just went out. We bring you messages of love and hope from our angels and information about the angels, the ascended masters, saints, whatever we are inspired to bring. And today we have a wonderful presentation by Christina Leftwich, my co-host. Welcome, Christina.
Thank you, Teri. So great to be here. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
And our Zoom family today is Charlie and Erica in New York.
Hello.
Lou in Massachusetts.
Hi, everyone.
Catherine in Florida. So I'm going to turn it over to Christina, and I think you have a wonderful presentation for us. So I'm excited.
All right. Okay. Let me get going on that. All right. Let me get on the right thing and we'll be all set. Here we go. Wish I could do this faster, but I haven't figured out how to do it on Zoom quite in the way that I do it like with a live presentation. So I appreciate everyone bearing with me. Okay. So can everybody see that screen now? Awesome. Yep. So as this states, tonight's featured ascended master is the Paramahansa Yogananda. He is often referred to as the father of yoga in the West. So here's a picture. Now, Yogananda was a Hindu monk, guru, and yogi, where he practiced Kriya Yoga. Now, many yoga experts consider him as the father of yoga in the West, as he was the first major Indian teacher to settle and teach in America. He was sent by his lineage as a disciple of the yoga guru Swami Sri Giri. It's a Giri, so please excuse my mispronunciations of these. I'm trying my best. And he was sent to lead the teaching of the Kriya Yoga to the West and to promote both the unity and balance between the more material growth of the West when it met the Indian spirituality. He spent the last 32 years, actually, of his earthly life in America. He came into Boston in 1920 and crisscrossed through the whole North American continent, where he just went to every major city with his teachings before finally settling in LA in 1925. His resting place is at the Forest Lawn Memorial, located in Southern California. So he set up his organization, the Self-Realization Fellowship, or SRF, and this is still in existence through today. It's a monastic order where he trained many new disciples. There is some that say that he personally initiated over 100,000 people to meditation. And I invite you to kind of think about the 1920s of America. Meditation and Eastern spiritual teachings were almost non-existent in this country. So he was literally coming into a brand new, people where this was a definite brand new situation, and his teachings were unlike anything that they had heard of before. So by 1952, there were actually over 100 SRF centers in India and the US. Although now there is almost one center in every single major city across the world. So in his book, now this book turns out to be quite the influential book, as we'll see. In his book, An Autobiography of a Yogi, published in 1946, this book has sold over 4 million copies. As a matter of fact, the Apple CEO Steve Jobs, who just passed away not too terribly long ago, had 500 copies of this book handed out at his memorial to the attendees. In addition, he had it read during his memorial service. It was revealed that Steve Jobs made a vow that he stuck to from the 1970s until he passed away, that he would read this book once a year, every year. And he did just that. In addition to his book, there's a lot out there on video. One of the more well-known documentaries that's very well done is called Awake. It was made in 2014. It's Awake, the Life of Yogananda. So you can find that. You can rent it at various platforms. It was pretty much on all of them. Although I think Gaia is the only one currently that's doing it for free. So he was depicted in addition. This is just an idea of how even after he passed, which he did pass in, let's see, I'll go back to that. He was born on January 5th, 1893, and he passed from this earthly time, March 7th of 1952. So even after his death in 1957, he is actually depicted on the Beatles album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. And he left such an impression upon George Harrison that George Harrison became a devotee and follower of him for the remainder of George Harrison's life as well. So some fun facts about this guy, because and I could go on and on and on because there's so much. I mean, he influenced songs. He influenced art of any kind you could think of. He even influenced scientists in his teachings. There's some other things here, some little facts. He actually opened the first vegetarian restaurant, which he opened in LA. He really focused on teaching the importance of not only plant-based nutrition, but also of exercise, such as yoga. But it was more than that. It was, move your body in a way that's part of the teaching is to keep your body well. He's actually the first yogi that got invited to the United States White House, where he advised Calvin Coolidge actually in his health. Again, he gave him a prescription basically of a plant and nut-based diet, exercise, and what he called worry fasts, which in a lot of ways, it was time out for him to take some time for meditation. Some other notable people: Jack Canfield, Marianne Williamson, Elvis, Dr. Andrew Weil, all have been influenced heavy upon his teachings, especially with the science. He was very much ahead of his time. Science has now proven that things like meditation can indeed help. And the whole mind-body connection that Dr. Andrew Weil is really about, that actually started, that concept started with Yogananda. Some quotes. I'm going to go into some quotes because I feel as though this gives us a little bit of a snapshot of what he taught. So here we have: live quietly in the moment and see the beauty of all before you. the future will take care of itself. There's another one. Let my soul smile through my heart, and my heart smile through my eyes, that I may scatter rich smiles in sad hearts. By the practice of meditation, you will find that you are carrying within your heart a portable paradise. The season of failure is the best time for sowing the seeds of success. And finally, change yourself, and you have done your part in changing the world. So I really, truly, I could have easily gone on for an hour about all of the things. I mean, my gosh, if nothing else, I invite you. It's just a really interesting life that he led. And I just really encourage you to kind of go about, see what perks your interest with this gentleman. He's just a very interesting person to read and learn about. I know that I'm going to be, and I just wanted to show this too. I do have a copy. This is the centennial version, but there are so many versions of this book. They've been handed down. Some estimates say there's been at least 30 million people that have read this book, with it being passed along and all that. But and watch the documentary. They've done so much work. There's so much literature. There's so much visual aids out there. There's just so much out there. So he's rich in our culture. So I invite you all to kind of enjoy his wisdom that he has to share. And for me personally, it's been helpful in my meditation, which I will add. He was here and made use of early camera work and early technology for that time. So you can even find him where he gives you, in his own words, how to meditate. And his teachings, they're all there on video, and you can hear it with your own voice and hear his words in his own words. And so I invite you all to do that. But first, we're going to go over to Teri, and we're going to do a little meditation to kind of bring him forth for us a little better. Okay, let me stop sharing, Okay, there we go. Back at you. Oh, your mic is not working, Teri, maybe. Or is it me? Can you guys hear Teri?
We don't hear her.
I don't either, so.
We got dogs barking though.
The
dogs don't hear her either.
Do you hear me now?
Yes,
Yay!
there you are. Yay.
Okay. Well, Christina, thank you. One of the quotes that you did is my absolute favorite quote by Yogananda. I have this little book that you can't see because I'm blurred, but it's called Metaphysical Meditations. It was printed in 1936, I want to say. And that quote that you did of, let my soul smile through my heart, and let my heart smile through my eyes, that I may scatter thy rich smiles in sad hearts. I've had that marked for almost 40 years now in this little book. And every time that I talk about Yogananda, that's one of the quotes that I bring forth, because to me, that is the essence of him. He wanted everybody to be happy. I have been to the Lake Shrine in Los Angeles, and I'm hopefully going to visit the center here in Vermont where I'm at. I discovered Yogananda almost 40 years ago, and he has been one of my main guides, my main inspirations in how I live my life. And he's just beautiful. And Christina, thank you for bringing forth some of that beauty of him for everyone to see. In this little book, there is a little, I guess you could call it a poem that he wrote, and it's called If You Want His Answer. And I want to read that before we go into the meditation because I love this. Whether he replies or not, keep calling him, ever calling in the chamber of continuous prayer. Whether he comes or not, believe he is ever approaching nearer to you with each command of your heart's love. Whether he answers or not, keep entreating him. Even if he makes no reply in the way you expect, ever know that in some subtle way he will respond. In the darkness of your deepest prayers, know that with you he is playing hide and seek. And in the midst of the dance of life, disease, and death, if you keep calling him, undepressed by his seeming silence, you will receive his answer. I love that. I just think that just kind of is speaking to us about faith, trust, patience. Some of those things are kind of hard at times, but to me, that little poem that's right at the beginning of the book just wraps up the whole essence of our relationship with God. If we don't give up, if we just keep calling, we're going to get our answers. So let's go into our meditation. And this one was inspired by Yogananda. And I want everybody to just get comfortable. Let me get my screen here where I can see if anyone's commenting. There we go. Oops. There. All right, so just start taking a breath in. And if you close your eyes, I want you to lift your gaze upward with your eyes closed. This brings your focus right to your third eye. So without trying to force it, without straining, just really gaze at that point between your eyebrows. This is the seat of concentration and of the spiritual eye or the divine perception. And as you put your gaze on that third eye, just mentally command the body to be still and relaxed. Consciously feel your body relaxed. Leave aside all thoughts of the world for just these few minutes that we're going to be in meditation. If you let go of all the cares and the concerns, you'll feel the peace within. So let's begin with a prayer. Repeat after me to yourself. O fountain of love, make me feel that my heart is flooded by thy omnipotent love. Awaken eternally the consciousness of your loving presence within me. Now, as you continue to sit still in meditation, let us practice a breathing exercise that will help you to calm the body and the mind. Keep your gaze and your attention focused at the point between your eyebrows, and let your breath out through the mouth, breathing in through the nostrils. And I want you to tense your whole body, Clench your fists and just feel the tenseness. And then release and exhale out through your mouth. We're going to do that again. So breathe in through your nose. Clench your body. Clench your fists. And then relax the breath out through your mouth and relax your body all at once. And then for the third time, and the final time, just inhale, completely fill your lungs, tense your body. Now relax. Let all of that tension go. And forget about your breath. Forget about focusing on the third eye. Just focus on the words that you're hearing right now. And the words that I want to speak are an affirmation. You are love, and I am made in your image. I am the cosmic sphere of love in which I behold all planets, all stars, all beings, all creation as glimmering lights. I am the love that illumines the whole universe. You are love, and I am made in your image. I am the cosmic sphere of love in which I behold all planets, all stars, all beings, all creation as glimmering lights. I am the love that illumines the whole universe. You are loved, and you are made in your image. I am the cosmic sphere of love in which I behold all planets, all stars, all beings, all creation as glimmering lights. I am the love that illumines the whole universe. Breathe in and feel the calmness and that stillness within. If you are restless and thoughts keep entering your mind, just gently dismiss them and return your concentration to the feeling of peace, of joy, of love. Permeates your whole body and your mind. Enjoy that stillness as we go deeper in silent meditation. Let's just sit in that silence for a moment, reflecting on the love, on the light, knowing that we are created in God's image and in God's love. Now, as you hear the following visualization, I want you to repeat the words mentally, concentrating on them intently until you really get the meaning of them. So put your attention on your heart. I want you to feel the greatest love that you have ever felt for another person. Let that love saturate every cell of your body. Do you feel it? Really get into the feeling that's in your heart. Now let that love that's in your heart expand. Let it expand to your sphere of family, of friends, of all your loved ones. Now let's expand it even more. Feel that love increasing and that sphere really moving outward to all the people in your city that you live in, and then all of your country. And now everything in the world is being bathed in that love. The whole earth, the solar system, the galaxies, all the universe, everything is floating in this vast sphere of love that you created. Now feel and meditate on and merge yourself in that love. Continue to meditate on that love as you feel it inside of you. Hold that energy inside, and let's all just focus together on loving every being that inhabits the planet, every planet, the galaxy, the universe, and the universes beyond our universe. All of creation is receiving love right in this moment. Feel the peace inside that comes from love. Love is what heals us. It's what bonds us together. It's what will continue to bring forth peace in our world. Breathe in. And breathe out love once more, spreading it beyond yourself, every inhabitant. And together, let's make that declaration. May there be peace on earth, and may it begin with me. May every being be free of suffering. May every being be happy and healthy and feel love in their heart. I want to thank all of you for being here today, for experiencing love inside of your heart and spreading that love out into the world. This is what Yogananda did. This is why he is the beloved yogi. This is how I refer to him. He's my beloved yogi. And he guides every step. I really hope that you will get to know him better. I hope this meditation has given you just a little taste of what it's like to sit in meditation with him, to feel that energy of unconditional love from him. And if you missed what Christina shared with us, that beautiful teaching about Yogananda, I hope you'll go back and replay the first part of this program. I also hope that you'll check out that documentary that was done about Yogananda's life. It's called Awake. And the book that Christina mentioned, The Autobiography of a Yogi. I found that book almost 40 years ago. I've given it away. I've lost it. I've found it over and over and over again. I have never been without that book. Every time that I give it away or I lose it, I find another copy. It always appears to me. Just like he.
Perception in here.
No, I was having some issues with sound.
Yes, because it was pumping.
Okay, so just like Yogananda, at times in his life, he was able to bilocate. And what that means is that he could be in one place and people were seeing him and talking with him and having an experience with him, but he was also in another place at the same time. So feel into his energy and really get to know this master. I encourage you to do that. And hopefully you'll come to love him as much as I do. Thank you all for being with us today. We're going to go offline and have a discussion about the meditation and the teaching and this beautiful energy that I refer to as my beloved yogi. Christina, thank you so much for teaching us today. Thank you to all who are with us here on Zoom. And if anybody else wants to jump in here on Zoom, please feel free to do so. We'll be back next Monday with another teaching, and I think you're really going to love next week's as well. We're going to talk about Saint Teresa. So thank you again, and we all say,
Namaste, y'all.
everybody.